Spring is here, sort of, and birds are migrating from their winter grounds through Alaska. One of their main stopover points is Kachemak Bay, the home of the Shorebird Festival, where local and visiting bird enthusiasts gather at high tide to catch a glimpse of the spring birds passing through. And then they gather to watch a bunch of people play covers. Not covers of human music, covers of birds. In the bird calling competition, contestants of all ages gather on a makeshift stage outside the Homer Brewing Company to showcase their best bird calls. And this year, 17-year-old Marina Steffy established herself at the top of the pecking order. We reached her in Homer, Alaska.
Marina, I've never had the chance to visit a bird calling competition. So what's the one in Homer like?
Well, it was quite small, but quite inviting. My dad was the MC, the one starting it all.
It's a family affair?
Yeah.
I hear there are costumes as well. What do people dress up as?
There was one that was dressed up as a oyster catcher, one of our birds here, and it was quite an interesting costume, and I think he was in second or third place in one of the competitions.
Helps him get into character, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's not required, right? You don't have to wear a costume.
You don't have to. It's just thinking on another level, I guess.
So we're going to hear you do some of your calls in just a minute. But how did you get involved in this? Where did you learn how to do this?
Well, I've just mainly taught myself bird calls growing up, being outside and such, because I love nature. I like animals. I'm a really big animal person, so I just kind of went with the flow and taught myself how to do some.
That's so great. Did you have a favorite animal or bird, or is it too hard to choose?
Well, I do mainly like birds because they're cute and small.
They're cool, really.
But,
they're so fascinating.
Yeah.
So I've heard that you have many talents, clearly, and congratulations, by the way, on what you were able to do at the competition. But I heard that you do, in particular, a really fantastic seagull. So can we start with that one?
Certainly.
Marina, that's fantastic. No joke. We've had someone else. There's a European competition. We had a conversation about a while back, and I must say, you blew that one out of the water. So,
thank you.
And I heard that's the call, and I'm not surprised now that I've heard it. That's the one that really impressed the judges. What did they say to you?
I guess they didn't really make comments during my time to shine, but I know afterwards they were like, Marina, that was amazing. How did you do it so well and stuff?
And what did you say?
Well, I said thank you. Well,
can I help it if I'm gifted? Right? You're so talented. Yeah. Just play it cool, like the superstar. Yeah. Okay, so you had other calls as well. Play a few more for me if you can. But tell me what they are. I don't think I could guess.
Well, my next one was a raven, which is also a nice popular bird here. And it goes a little something like this.
That one's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Ravens kind of are, yeah. And what does the gray jay sound like?
The gray jay sometimes every now and then does something like this.
You're really good at this, Marina. Really.
Thank you.
So are you always expanding your repertoire? Are you working on some new calls as well?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to do better at an eagle.
Mm-hmm. You're working on that one, workshopping that. I hear you do a pretty good crane as well. Do you want to test that out with us?
Oh, yeah, the sandhill cranes.
You're so good. Your father said that seeing you up in front of a crowd and sharing your talents was one of the best days of his life. Why do you think it was such a special day for him?
Well, I guess it's kind of been a while since I've socialized with others, especially others around my age. And I guess it's like the first time I've ever won something in a competition. And I guess he was just shocked. But obviously I'm not really surprised.
You've just been waiting for your moment.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be something like this.
Sometimes it's the things that you're not expecting that surprise you. But did you surprise yourself? Even though clearly you're pretty cool, you know your skills. But did anything that happened at the competition, did you surprise yourself?
Well, yeah. To be fair, I was not really going to do it until my dad pushed me to do it. And there I had some old friends of mine, friends that I haven't seen in a long time there, and I guess they kind of gave me some courage to do it.
Yeah, what'd they say?
They said I did well, yeah. And I was surprised by how much the crowd roared when I did my seagull call. It was like, this is a very common bird here. Why is it so surprising?
Because you're really good at it. You sound exactly like the bird. What's your advice, Marina, to someone, who's trying to find the courage to do things that make them feel a little anxious or nervous? Because we all feel like that, obviously, a lot. So what would your advice be?
Well, I'd say take a deep breath and just go on with it. The only reason why you're nervous is because you want to do it and you like to do it. So
it's good advice. I'm glad you did the competition, but I'm really glad you spoke with us as well. I'm glad we could chat, Marina. Thank you.
It's an honor.
Likewise.
That was 17-year-old Marina Steffy, one of the winners of the Homer Brewing Company bird calling competition. We reached her in Homer, Alaska.